Good day everyone. My name is Christian J. Morola from BIT 3C Major and Electrical. Represent the Article 8.40 entitled Premises Powered Broadband Communication System. Tinatalakay dito ang mga broadband communication system tulad ng internet, phone at video services na pinapagana mismo sa loob ng gusali gamit ang power supply ng building. Kabilang dito ang mga cables gaya ng fiber, optic, coaxial cable at twisted pair. 8.40.1 General Scope. This article covers premises powered broadband communication systems. Ibig sabihin, pinapaliwanag kung ano ang saklaw nito o ng Article 8.40. Sinasabi dito na ang sistema ay binubuo ng broadband signal mula service provider na dumadaan sa cable papunta sa network terminal na doon kino-convert ang signal para magamit sa telepono, internet at TV. Binanggit din ang battery backup o UPS para gumana ang system kahit wala ng kuryente. Yun ang kabuuan ng ibig sabihin nito. 8.40.1.2 Definition is for purpose of this article, the following additional definition apply. Kabilang dito ang network terminal. Ibig sabihin, dito binibigyan ng kahulugan ang ilang mahalagang terminolohiya. Halimbawa nga nito ang network terminal. Ito ay device na nagko-convert ng signal ng service provider para maging video, voice, data at iba pa sa loob ng bahay o gusali. It means ito ang main point kung saan nakakabit ang broadband equipment sa premises. So kabilang dito ang premises communication circuit na sa kabuuan ng explanation nito or the explanation of this is nagdadala ng voice, data at video mula network terminal papunta sa telepono, fax, answering machine at iba pa. Next is the premises community antenna television or CATV circuit. Ibig sabihin, siya ang nagdadala ng cable TV at data galing sa ONT papunta sa TV o modem ng customer. Next, 8.40.1.3 or the other articles. A. Hazardous or classified location. Premises powered broadband communication circuit and equipment installed in location that is classified in accordance with 5.0.1.5 and 5.5.1.5 shall comply with the applicable requirements of Chapter 5. B. Cables in ducts for dust, loose, stock, or vapor removal. C. Equipment in other space used for environmental air. D. Installation and use. Ang kabuuang pamaliwanag nito ay pinapakita ang iba pang artikulo ng PEC na dapat sundin depende sa sitwasyon. Example, kung ang lugar ay hazardous, dapat sundin ang Chapter 5. Kung ang cable ay dala sa ducts para sa air o dust removal, may specific rules rin ito. And installation at paggamit ay dapat naaayon sa PEC or Section 1.10.1.3b. Next is output circuits. As appropriate for the service provider, the output circuits derived from the network terminal shall comply with the requirements of the following: the installation of communication, installation of premises within building community antenna television and radio distribution, installation of optical fiber cables, installation of class 2 and class 3 circuits, and installation of power limited fire alarm circuits. In explanation, ang output circuits mula sa network terminal ay dapat sumunod sa tamang article depende sa serbisyo, gaya ng communication circuits, CATV circuits, fiber optic installation, ang nasabing class 2 at class 3 circuits, at fire alarm circuits. Ibig sabihin, hindi basta pwedeng kabit lang, or bawat uri ay may sariling code o requirements. Next, other communication systems. The definition is as appropriate for the system involved. Traditional communications system shall comply with the requirements of the following. First, communication circuits, Article 8.0. 2. Radio and television equipment, Article 8.10. 3. Community antenna television and radio distribution systems, Article 8.20. 4. Network powered broadband communication systems, Article 8.30. And G. Electrical classification of data circuits cable section. In explanation, ipinapakita ang relationship ng broadband system sa iba pang communication systems. Halimbawa, yung traditional communications, radioactive equipment, CATV, network powered systems. Kasama rin ang rules para sa electrical classification ng data circuits. G. Electrical classification of data circuits and cables. Kasama dito ang 8.40.1.21 access to electrical equipment behind panels designed to allow access, at 8.40.1.24 mechanical execution of work. In explanation, dito pinapatunayan na ang broadband cables ay hindi talaga dapat humarang sa access points tulad ng electrical panels, covers at suspended ceiling panels. Mahalaga ito para sa maintenance at safety. Also, the 8.40.1.25 abandoned cables at 8.40.1.26 spread of fire or products of combustion. It means ang mga cables na hindi na ginagamit ay dapat tanggalin o i-secure para maiwasan ang sunog. Ang mga patakaran sa tungkol sa fire, spread at smoke control ay dapat sundin. Next, 8.40.2 cables outside the entering buildings. Lakip dito ang 8.40.2.1 overhead or aerial optical fiber cables. A. On poles and in span. 1. Relative location. 2. Attachment to cross arms. Ibig sabihin ng nilalaman nito ay simula ng section tungkol sa outer cables, pinapakita na dapat may tamang proseso kapag papasok sa building ang overhead fiber o cables. 3. Climbing space. 4. Clearance. Ibig sabihin ng meaning ito ay para sa mga overhead or aerial fiber, dapat mas mababa sila kaysa sa power lines kung posible. Hindi pwedeng ikabit ang cross arm na may kuryente. Dapat may tamang climbing space para sa linemen at dapat may minimum clearance mula sa power at broadband service drops. B. Above roof. Outside plant optical fiber cables should have a vertical clearance of not less than 25 mm from the posts which they pass. Exemption number 1 at exemption number 2. Ibig sabihin, ang fiber na dumadaan sa bubong ay dapat may minimum na 2.5 meters na clearance. At meron ding mga exception tulad ng kung maliit ang edge clearance at kung slope ang roof at kung may raceway o support. Exemption number 3, where the roof has a slope of not less than 100 mm and 300 mm, a reduction in clearance to not less than 900 mm were permitted. Ibig sabihin, sinasaad na ang komunikasyon at coaxial cable sa overhead setup ay dapat sumunod sa Article 8.0. 8.40.2.2 Overhead Aerial Communication Wires and Cables. Meaning, sinasaad ng communication ng coaxial cable sa overhead setup ay dapat sumunod sa Article 8.0. Then underground cables entering buildings, dapat may separation requirement sa underground cables para maiwasan ang electrical interference, ground potential issues, at fire hazards. Optical fiber cables class 1 or non-power limited fire alarm circuits. And 2, direct buried cables. It means kapag may metallic conduit na ginagamit sa pagpasok ng cable sa gusali, dapat itong i-ground ayon sa tamang code section dahil maaring magdala ito ng stray current. At dito naman, ang broadband cables na papasok sa building ay dapat may tamang protective devices tulad ng surge protectors o grounding equipment para sa safety. B. Communication wires and cables. C. Coaxial cables. And 8.40.2.5 unlisted wires and cables entering buildings. Pinapakita ang rules para sa grounding ng metallic part ng fiber cables. Communication cables, coaxial cables na dapat sundin ang correct na NAC or PAC articles para maiwasan or para sa bawat isa. Next is the optical fiber cables and communication wires and cables. Simula ng rules kung paano dapat i-ground ang network terminal, optical fiber cable, multi-pair cable, coaxial cable, antenna lead na nakadepende sa kanilang uri at application. C. Coaxial cables at 8.40.2.6 metallic entrance conduit grounding. It means ang shield ng coaxial cable ay dapat grounded sa pamamagitan ng methods sa Article 8.20 at equipment grounding conductor at ground terminal ng network terminal. Layunin nito na maiwasan ang signal noise at electrical hazards. Next, 8.40.3.1 or protective devices at 8.40.3.4 grounding or interruption. Then A. Non-current carrying metallic members of optical fibers cables. It means sinasabi dito na ang communication circuit hindi kailangan i-ground maliban kung required ng equipment listing. The next is B. Communication cables. C. Coaxial cables. It means hindi required o i-ground ang network terminal except kung nakasaad sa packaging o listing. Kung gumagamit ng cord and plug, pwede pa rin basta tama ang grounding conductor. Next is the 8.40.4 or the grounding methods. It means special rules para sa mobile homes dahil iba ang setup ng power at grounding nila. Kung walang service equipment malapit, dapat may ground gamit ang grounding electrode or the optical fiber metallic members, network terminal at CATV shield kailangan naka-ground. Next is the 8.40.4.2 premises circuits not leaving the building. It means pinapakita ang dalawang sitwasyon kung paano mag-ground kapag wala ang disconnecting means. Kailangang maayos ang connection papunta sa grounding electrode system. The coaxial cable shield grounding. Any of methods described. A fixed connection to an equipment. A network terminal at grounding electrode ay dapat nakaband sa metal frame ng mobile home gamit ang 3.mm copper conductor para sa safety. Then connection to the network terminal grounding, provide the terminal is connected, ground by methods described. And communication circuit grounding, it means kapag nag-install ng broadband cable sa loob ng gusali, dapat sundin ang rules ayon sa cable type. Like fiber, follow Article 7.70. The multi-pair, follow the Article 8.0. And coaxial, follow the Article 8.20. Sa network terminal grounding naman ay all communication and CATV cables sa loob ng gusali mula network terminal ay dapat listed. Tama ang fire rating or example like the plenum riser at iba pa. Then grounding and banding at mobile homes. Nakasaad dito na dapat sundin ang Article 7.70.5.24 na pinagbabawal pagsabayin ang certain electrical conductors at optical fiber kung delikado. Next is where there is no mobile home, disconnecting means grounded in accordance with 2.50.2.13 is located within a 9,000 mm exterior wall. Ang kabuuan ng paliwanag nito or explanation is that fiber cables dapat may tamang marking like OFNP, OFNR, OFN, and etc. Depende kung saan sila pwedeng install like plenum, riser, general use. Next is the bonding. Nakasaad na pwedeng magpadala ng maliit na power, low voltage sa communication cables papunta sa remote ng equipment tulad ng ONT modem at iba pa. Then next is installation methods within buildings. Kung ang power na pinapadala sa cable ay higit 60 watts, dapat itong sundin ang class 2 at class 3 rules dahil may mataas na hazard level. And installation in a customer premises side of network terminal, premises communication circuits. Lahat ng equipment sa broadband power system ay dapat listed o approved like network terminal, grounding hardware, cables, communication equipments. Next is premises communication antenna, television sa ATV circuits. Dito binanggit ang standards na dapat sundin tulad ng UL 16950, UL 467, UL 62368. Ibig sabihin dapat safe ang equipment at grounding method. The next is premises powering of communication equipment over communication cables. Nakasaad dito na fiber cables dapat listed ayon sa Article 70.70. Communication wires at cables na dapat listed ayon sa Article 8.0. And listing requirements. It means CATV coaxial cables dapat may CATV rating like CATVP, CATVR, CATV depende sa application. At next is the one-way determine applicable requirements. At there is no requirements on the ONT, it is grounded. It means ang power source ay nagbibigay power sa communication cables ay dapat limited power listed under correct UL category, hindi pwedeng iparallel ng output kung hindi allowed. And next is optical fiber cables, communication equipment, cable routing assembles and communication raceways, premises communication wires and cables. It means may recommendation sa sumusunod sa UL 6950 o 62368 para sa IT at communication power limited equipment. Then lahat ng connectors ay dapat or adapters, splitters at accessory ay ginagamit sa broadband system ay dapat listed. Then power source of the circuits intended to provide power over communication cables. Ang device para i-connect ang grounding conductor sa cable shield ay dapat listed din. Hindi pwedeng gumamit ng improvised grounding. Then next, one way to determine applicable. Sabi dito na general reminder na ang grounding system ay dapat complete, continuous at sumusunod sa PEC grounding rules. Accessories equipment, communication accessory, general reminder na ang grounding system ay dapat complete, continuous at sumusunod sa PEC ground rules. Grounding devices, inuulit ng pangangailangang lahat ng equipment accessory ay dapat aprobado at listed sa tamang laboratory standard at may mga grounding devices. Ang grounding at bending device ay ginagamit kasama ng cable shield o metallic members ay dapat bahagi ng listed equipment upang masigurado ligtas ang compatible ng buong broadband system. And that's all. Thank you. I am Christian J. Morola, and that's all.